Ever get that feeling like you're putting something off?
Yeah, like
Yeah, you got to deal with, but
all the time.
yeah.
Like what's that thing called? Procrastination.
Exactly. And for anyone out there even thinking about a new AC system, 2025 is the year you don't want to procrastinate on.
Nope.
Big changes are coming to the HVAC world.
Huge changes are coming, and it all comes down to one thing. The refrigerant R410A, it's on its way out globally.
Okay, wait. Back up for a sec. Refrigerant. Isn't that just what makes the AC cold? Why is that such a big deal?
Well, it's a big deal because refrigerants impact the environment big time. And R410A, it's not exactly the best for the planet.
Okay, I'm listening. Break it down for me.
All right, so you've got something called global warming potential, GWP for short. Basically, it measures how much a gas can trap heat in the atmosphere compared to our friend CO2.
CO2. Got it.
And R410A has a GWP of over 2,000.
Okay, hold on. 2000. That's,
Yeah, it's over 2,000 times more potent than CO2 when it comes to trapping heat. Not good.
definitely not a good look. So what are we switching to then? What's the alternative?
Well, there are a couple of front runners right now, R32 and R454B.
R32 and
R454B, that's right. And their GWPs are way lower.
Okay, so how much lower are we talking?
So R32 clocks in around 675. And R454B, even better, 466.
Okay, so definitely an improvement. Still not perfect, but hey, a step in the right direction.
Exactly. It's progress, for sure.
Progress is good.
Yeah.
But let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, money.
Ah, yes. Gotta love talking about money.
I've heard these new systems are going to hit our wallets pretty hard. Is that true?
Yeah, it's likely you'll see a higher price tag up front. It's the reality right now.
All right, so why is that? What's making them so pricey?
Couple of reasons, really. First off, manufacturers got to re-engineer their entire system.
The whole shebang.
Pretty much. Got to make everything compatible with these new refrigerants. We're talking new compressors, coils, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
And all that R&D and retooling. It ain't cheap.
Makes sense.
Plus, even though these newer refrigerants could be cheaper to produce in the long run right now, that initial cost is still higher.
See, that's what gets me. If these are supposed to be the better option, why not make them, more affordable?
Yeah, I hear you. Ideally, eco-friendly solutions should be accessible to everyone, right? But we're talking a massive industry shift here, like turning a giant ship. Takes time to scale production and for the cost of any new tech to come down.
Right. Yeah, new tech is always expensive at first.
Exactly. And on top of that, we're trying to lower emissions. That's a big factor here. It's a tightrope walk between cost and keeping the planet healthy.
Okay, I get it. It's a long game we're playing. So besides the initial sticker shock, are there any other things we need to think about? Like what about maintenance and repairs down the line?
That's another piece of the puzzle. As that R410A starts to disappear, servicing your older units, it's going to get pricey. And eventually, might not even be possible to find the refrigerant at all, meaning you'll have to replace that whole system sooner than you thought.
Okay, that's not what I wanted to hear, but good to know. So before we all panic, is there anything good about these new systems?
Of course, tons of benefits. Biggest one, energy efficiency. These new refrigerants, they can actually work better in these systems.
Really?
Yeah, meaning they use less energy to heat or cool your home. That equals lower energy bills every month and over time. Those savings really add up.
Okay, so maybe that initial cost sting isn't so bad after all.
Yeah.
And what about those tax breaks and incentives we hear about? Those real?
Oh, yeah, they're popping up everywhere. Governments are catching on. They're starting to offer incentives for folks to go green. Some states even have programs with rebates or tax credits if you install a high-efficiency system.
Nice. So for all our listeners out there, definitely check what's available in your area. Now let's get down to brass tacks. What should homeowners be doing right now to get ready for this change?
If your system's getting up there in age, think 10 years or older. Start planning for a replacement. It's coming sooner than you think. And when you're shopping around, look at that SEER rating.
SEER rating, that's,
Seasonal Energy Efficiency Ratio.
Right.
Higher the SEER, the better the system. Look for at least 16, higher if you can swing it.
Got it.
Yeah.
High SEER. And don't forget, regular maintenance, right?
Absolutely. Keep that system running smooth as long as possible.
Exactly. Now, what about the pros? What about our contractor friends out there? What do they need to know?
Staying ahead of the game is key. Got to keep up with all the latest tech and training. These new systems are different. They need specialized knowledge to install and service them right.
Yeah, makes sense.
And they've got to be ready to educate their customers about the changes, the benefits, and yeah, the costs too. Transparency is key.
Right. And I bet stocking up on that R410AA while it's still around is a good idea, too.
Hmm.
Got to service those existing systems.
100%. Be proactive now, save the headache later.
So 2025, a big year for HVAC. Good for the planet. Maybe a little harder on the wallet at first, but we'll adjust.
We always do. But here's a thought. Could this whole shift actually lead to even more innovation? Like, will we see a wave of brand new tech and solutions as we try to make our homes more efficient and climate friendly?
That's a fantastic question, and I can't wait to see what the future holds. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive.
You got it. Always a pleasure.